Somebody said let me in.
I did. Going downhill. Crooked. The thing is crooked going back. That don't need to be up.
Yes, it does.
What don't? It's a stupid thing.
Back on there.
Who?
Wayman.
Oh, yeah. Here, I wonder if we can use this.
Can't. You take that off.
Hold on, guys. Oops.
I think I know where you
It's all right. I ain't even like it.
I didn't.
Yes, you are.
I didn't know where
Nice.
I'm the first time
Who?
I did it out.
Hold on a second.
Here.
Hold on, guys. Watch your hands.
Somebody wants in there and you come up live on there.
Well, ain't nobody in the box. Says copy.
No, not yet. Just give me a second.
1 second. We're pasting.
Where can you? Yeah, sir.
There, it's
The paste.
yeah, it's right here.
Oops.
God, it said something.
Hey, what's yours? Something now. There we
Leave it
go.
alone.
It was going
Because if
crooked.
not, you're gonna break
It was
it.
going
And
crooked.
I don't want you breaking that piece because I will smack you.
We're going to talk about egg prices or whatever you want to talk about, I guess. It don't matter to me. I don't care.
Oh, really? That's the only thing that I
See your video.
is
Okay, there.
you're scary. I do think, oh no, my name is
There.
dumbass.
Hey.
Uncle Wayman's on there. He does live.
Okay. There's 3 in the chat.
Yeah.
Welcome. Can you all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Pretty good. Hello, Byron. Everybody. Welcome to the live chat. Three, 5, 1. Cleveland. Thumbs up. Baby girl. Hello.
about the eggs, talk about the chicken.
Right? Chickens, huh?
Turn your voice a little bit. It's already up.
Okay, I'm already as loud as it goes. If you can't, can you all hear me?
It's kind of no.
I'm just gonna see all who comes in. I might do a little show and tell today. I ain't for sure. Okay, thank you. 351 Cleveland. Share this out. Get me out there. Let people know I'm live. Sorry I ain't been live for a long time. Just took a break. Come back. All right. So I got 3 in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, there's 4. California Ford Outdoors. Hello. CR. Hello. My Canadian friend. I'm just going to wait to see who all pops in, and so I don't have to sit here and repeat myself. J. Camo. Hello, my friend. Long time no see, my friend. Coffee. Yes, fresh coffee. Yeah, I made a hobo heater cook stove. It's on a video. Go check that out if you ain't already seen it. All right. Okay.
Don't be scared whenever I bring you face first. Okay.
Yeah, I know. We overslept. Okay, this is I'm just going to go ahead and get into this. Today, well, this is going to be a whole new me this year. More, what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on. More enthusiastic about doing my videos and try to edit them the best way I know how to edit and get more content out there. Hopefully get more views. and hopefully the channel will grow. So, I want to do a lot more fishing videos. Or you guys can pop up to if you like. There's the link is in the chat. I'm going to do a whole lot more fishing videos overnight. Fishing videos, setting drop lines, and making more. 3 more. Cool. They're Byron. And so if you guys like this, if you like that kind of content, please leave it a message in the comment section there. It is good to see everybody talking to each other in the chat room. It's awesome. So I do got more, like I said a minute ago, I do got more content coming out. This is going to be a new me this year. So if you like, of course, everybody likes my stuff, but so it's going to be a whole different ball game. Be using different, I want to try to use different lures, different baits, and everything this year. It all depends what I'm fishing for, or I'll let you know if I'm fishing for catfish, bass, crappie, whatever it is that I'm fishing for. I'll show you the techniques and everything, how I fish and stuff. And using drop lines, going out setting those. And maybe do some more survival stuff out in the wilderness. I got a plan put together, but it ain't all the way on the ground yet. So I'm working towards that one too. Doing it this year. So I'm going to leave that one a secret. So five. Maybe world. I'm tinkering around with. Nice. You still in?
Mm-hmm.
I had this. Then went down to this.
I'm still on.
Yeah, and this channel ain't all about drama neither. I don't like drama. Too old for that stuff. Stuff like that. If I'm out in the wilderness this year setting up stuff and my tripod falls over, that's just funny stuff. So I want to leave that in the video, whatever. I like keeping that stuff in there. And so how's everybody else been doing? You don't. Okay. Take that out. Put that in.
Right here.
Okay. Yep. Bringing me my Hobo cook stove heater. I want to do a little show and tell. Why not, right? It's my life. I do what I want. Okay. Well, there it is. It's just a regular can. Stick some toilet paper in it, which you can all see I've been burning it. And rubbing alcohol. Which it feels like I might need to put some more in it.
Okay. Well, I'm still.
Right. Just a little soup can. It don't matter. And this is a heater. You just carry it with you. Put out your go bag, get home bag, whatever you want to call your bags, your trail bag. Yeah, good thing to cook with. Yep, show and tell. Yes, show and tell, CR. You can also take out your fishing bag, whatever you got, you know, if you're going to be out in the wilderness for a little bit. Yeah, you always have something to cook with or heat with. Okay, store that in a peanut butter jar. Fork work, forks work very well. Forks, yes. Well, you take your little camping pot, whatever you got, and you sit on top of this and cook off of it. It's also a heater. Metal cans, no small metal cans. If you need some small metal cans there, Byron, I'll give you some. Yeah, yeah. Man, I want to keep my videos and try to keep everything entertaining this year. Also, maybe throw a couple more jokes in there. T-shirts are very trying to figure out. Are you still making your char cloth? That's what I need to start doing is make some more char cloth. Yes. 2:24 a.m. Wow. Yeah, it's 9:27 here in the US. Yes. Everybody start talking in the chat. And try to read the chat too and talk. Just stay here and talk more about my channel. What I'm going to do. Stay more positive. That's the word I was looking for. Stay more positive this year and do more positive videos and grow. No, they do not, friends. Man alive. Yeah, I might do a cooking video or two on these cans and stuff I'm making. Cool SLT. CR says cool. So about LT, abbreviate that stuff there, CR. Break it down. Frontier Survival. Hello, Frontier Survival. How are you, my friend? Yeah, I got a whole line of outdoor stuff lined up this year. Next month is be spring, hopefully. I'll do some spring fishing.
One.
The other one. I need it. Just need it. Should be fully charged. Yeah, it'd be all right.
Simple moments.
All right. Says, how's everybody? Welcome in Going Survival. Yeah, we got some nice weather coming. I think, let's see. Either Tuesday or Wednesday is supposed to be 55 here. Might get out and do something this week. I ain't for sure. Okay, yeah, they're my mods. Wow. All right. It's warm out here, 40. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty warm, 40. See what the, it's 39 here right now. Hello, hello, hello. I do got something new. I might just go ahead and share that one too. Go in there, one of the poles, that new rod, and see if anybody likes these reels over by the wall. On walk around, it's in the room in there by the wall. Yeah, yeah. See if you guys like this reels. I don't know. I never used them before, but I've just picked them up. It's showing time. Showing time. Show and tell. Okay. Here it is. It's try to get it all in here. Show you the tip of it first. Keep going. Keep going. There it is. Okay, it's white tip. This is a 7.6 medium heavy. There's the reel. Turn this thing around without tearing it up. Now, kick off the wall. And I bought one of these the other day and the handle was bent on it. Luckily, I could take it back. Well, thank you. Kind of, what brand is it?
No, all I remember
Uh, oops, 1 second. Turn it around. There's the brand. See the catfish? Oops. It's a combo. Get real. Those two. Thank you. So are these like the Cat Max? There, Byron? Oh, wow. No wonder they're a little high dollar. So I got a nice setup. American Sport. Wow. We got somebody trolling. Keep popping in, popping out. Yeah, I don't mind doing a little bit of show and tell live show and tell. Keeps it all interesting. Take them out, use them. Wow. Make sure you all hit that thumbs up. I wanted to live on the water this year because wow. Sorry about that. I was reading the chat. Well, I want to live out on a try. I want to live out in the water this year, not in the water, but down around the water holes as much as possible. Wow. It's untight. Yeah, I'm sorry for not being live or doing much videos. Just took a break for a while. Probably. Everybody want to come up on screen? The link is in the chat, all the way up to the top. So I don't feel like I'm sitting here talking to myself. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah, next time when I get live, I'm gonna have to make me a before I get live next time. I have to make up a list of what I want to talk about and start rambling on here. Yeah, he is Byron ALT. Yes. See you and CR's talking. That's awesome. reading the chat. Camping videos too. I can do that. That's what I was talking about, doing different things. And so, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Both. What are you talking about? Okay, fire making. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Everybody likes my fire videos. All right, there's 6 of you. It's in the chat. How many likes fire videos? Give me a thumbs up. We'll do a vote on it. Yes. So who likes my fire videos? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, Byron gave me thumbs up. Smiley face, smiley face. All right, there's one. Who else wants to see me do some more fire videos? Big Mac. Outdoors, thumbs up. All right. Anybody else? There's two. Smart phone. Who else wants to see me do fire videos? Thumbs up. Baby girl with hand claps, smudgies. And CR says yes. All right, all right. Six in the chat. Holding. All right. Yes. I gotta find my file. I think it's back there. Yep. Fire making. Wow. Showing other things that works too. CR. Alrighty. I want to show you guys different ways to make fire. Mhm, mhm. Just how right. Wow. Alrighty. Okay, baby girl said making fishing videos. All right. I just said that here a while back.
Focus on the camera.
I am focused on the camera. I'm running out of stuff to say, like always.
Talk about fishing or something.
Fishing? What's fishing? What's it look like? How you do it? I can't fish. Got all this fishing stuff. Don't know how to fish.
We got all this fishing stuff just to look at.
Right? Got all this stuff to look at. We need to start saving more jugs too. Young Homestead. Hello. Yeah, I need to start saving more milk jugs. Making drop lines out of that. And jug fishing. I got a whole lot of new stuff this year.
I hope it gets them.
Man, got people coming in, but I don't want to say it's
I hope
7.
it gets them off to middle school. And everybody goes to sleep.
Oh, wow. Big everywhere. No, righty, CR. Stick a fork at him, he's done. All right, I'll do that, Byron. I'll call you. Holy moly. Fishing season is coming up, coming up. welcome in the room, everyone. Oh, hold on. I got somebody in the basement.
Hi everyone. How's it going? How's it going,
What's up,
Survival?
Simon?
What is up, everyone? Hi, Huga. Nice to see you too. I'm just trying to charge my phone here at the same time.
Right?
It's so nice outside. It's so nice. I'm outside. It's so
Nice.
nice. I'm outside. So yeah, like I was. You can hear me, right? I assume
Oh, yeah, I
everyone's
can
here.
hear you just fine.
All right. It's nice to see everyone. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat since that 2 seconds I was gone. Nope. Nice to see everyone. Big Matt, Frontier Survival. So, Brian and Survivality, did you guys know that you can use a cutting wheel? You know those cutting wheels that you use for grinding or for cutting metal?
Yes.
You can use that as a striker for a steel because it's harder than the steel, right?
Yep.
Because it's since you use it for cutting it and it generates sparks when you go through it,
Yep.
it works too. It works too. So
Get yourself a grinding wheel and hit it with a. Yeah, I had to get me one of those and should make fire with it.
yeah, because it's already something like even if a used one would work too, right? It just and it has
Yep.
that edge on it, right? So like, and you can strike your ferrocerium rod with it, your ferro rod with it too. So it's part because the glass that's in there that they use, right? Because obviously it's got to cut the steel that when you're grinding or cutting, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so it works. Something I found out, I was just like, ooh, that's nice. So if you can't find flint or quartz, maybe a grinding wheel, those grinding discs that you put on like on a grinder or something like that,
Yeah.
let's say you broke one or whatever, right? You can actually use that. It works pretty well actually. I'm actually surprised how well that works. So and yes,
Yeah,
as everyone can tell, I put the fire version of my icon up just for you.
that's awesome. I like it.
Yes, yes. If only it was actually Friday. If only it was actually Friday, but whatever. So, yeah.
All right. I think everybody's getting bored now. They keep jumping in, jumping out.
Okay, well, I'm outside, so you're not gonna be able to see much, but so I'm trying to show this. Let me see. Let me turn. All right, I got a piece right here. You won't be able to see it, but I got a piece of steel right here. All right. Okay, I'm trying to do this without hitting my camera.
All righty.
Look.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Look at. I'm not even really trying, right? All right. And that's just a cutting wheel and just a piece of carbon steel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Right. And these two things, I just found these two things. Right. So you can actually, right. Like it's not as nice as a steel that you got a nice handle, it's thicker or whatever. But yeah,
Right.
I can still get sparks off of this. Look. Okay, I better not. I better stop doing that. I don't want to hit my camera, my phone here. But yeah, something to keep in mind.
Never be. Have her make me, please. Nice.
Yeah, this is just a piece of carbon steel from like one of those snap-off blades or utility knives or whatever. All I know, it's high carbon steel because I can get sparks off of it, right? If it generates sparks, then it's good enough, right? Of course, now my battery's not charging. Come on, phone, charge. So how you been, Survival? Hey, it's nice to see you, by the way. I guess I could still say Happy New Year. I haven't actually seen you, so
Yeah,
technically I can say
I've been pretty
That's
good.
it. And hi, baby girl. Nice to see you too again. Of course, everyone else. Yeah, I was really surprised when Brian wrote how much char coffee he makes. Like, dang, that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of char coffee.
Yeah, I need to make some more too.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, usually if I have a campfire or something like that, I bring my char tin. It's
I
like,
love I love making charcoal cloth and hit it with a ferro rod to get a fire started. Oh my, there's nothing like it.
oh yeah. I've been trying to like improve my game on it by using like anti-later or dead later. Just it's just more difficult, right? It's just so
Right.
like I know I could do this with Ferrocerium rod, but I'm like, let's see if I can do this with like just sparks off a lighter, something
Oh
like
yeah.
that, right? Right.
Yeah,
You
maybe
could do. Yep.
I'm gonna have to get with Byron pretty soon, and
Yeah, he's to give him a call later.
I know I've seen it. He's got something I like to try out and make a video on. Maybe if you let me use it just to make a video and get it out there.
No. No,
Yeah,
no.
listen to baby girl over here.
Hi, CR.
Hi. So yeah, survival. Yeah, survivability. Yeah, it's just something I've been trying to like improve my skill level on it, by like make it a little bit more challenging or difficult. Like
Right.
I went to use a Ferrocerium rod, but I also realized, hey, can I do this with,
Ferro
50
rods are fun.
steel?
I like to give me a bigger one. Something's got some meat on it.
The 1 inch by like or
Yeah,
half an inch. Yeah.
it's about as big as a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having one of those eventually in time. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
So you like that, Ricky? Huh?
Hold on. Sorry. My battery's not charging. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to, well, because I'm down to like 55%. It's not that cold out, so it's not that drop that fast, but
Yeah, I overdid it here a while back on that fire making with jumper cables.
oh yeah. I remember
Yeah, that bird nest
Yeah.
was too big, but hey, got the job done. That's all that matters.
Yeah, right. Well, because I think in certain situations you might want to go a little bigger on a bird's nest or a tinder bundle.
Yeah.
Try to get it on the first strike, or just one piece of charcoal or one light up the later or one match, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah, I think
like most of the time when I go camping or whatever, I bring extra stuff, a little more than one match, right? But
right.
it's just so I can be like, hey, I did it on the first try, right? Trying to do it on the first try as often as I can.
I look at it like this: either go big or go home.
Well, yeah, right. Well, sometimes you have to, right? Because let's say Epping stamp, wood stamp, and stuff like that. You gotta bring your A game, right? You gotta actually like, or maybe you're camping with friends and family members at once. I'm like, okay, CR, the ladies are getting cold. Okay. Let me get
Yeah.
to the big bird's nest, and and something like that. Toss in a couple sticks of fat wood.
Yep.
Just for good measure, right?
Metal fire base state building.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good. My phone is charging. Okay, good. I mean, this one time I actually did exchange for service. I got a file out of it. I haven't converted it into anything yet, but I mean, I could use that if I wanted to.
Right.
So, but I just kind of like this piece of this utility blade edge, just because it's like I can hold it in my hands and I can bring it with me while camping or whatever. It doesn't weigh me down too much.
Right.
I know I can generate sparks. All I need is something to catch it, like charcoal, char punk wood, and stuff like that.
I got another idea how to make. I want to do fire too a different way, and
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell you what it is, so you just have to watch the video.
Oh,
So yeah, but I got to do it on a nice clear day, not a cloudy day.
oh, okay. I haven't actually done one of those in a while. It's been a little bit since I've done that.
Like I said, I got all kinds of new stuff coming out. It just I
Yeah.
got to get I just got to motivate myself to do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been trying to put out some more content, at least more constantly or consistently.
Yeah, that's what I want to do is put out more content and
Yeah.
just go live, get more watch time hours and all that stuff.
I know, and it's great to see everyone in here.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I noticed that about today. I've been to different live streams. I'm just seeing different people and people I know, right? The names and stuff like that are familiar. I'm like, what? I haven't seen them forever.
Yeah.
I'm like, right? You know this person too? What? It's just like, it's like the community, right? It's just like you see the community members around, right? The names
Yeah.
around, right? And you realize, oh my gosh, people know each other a lot more. Other people that I know too, right?
Yep.
So it's really cool. Yeah, I didn't realize who knew who was with you, Survivability. I didn't realize she was with you. That's cool. Yeah, I know Huga Homestead too.
Yeah. I watch their channel.
Yeah, she just
Homestead.
put out she just put out that light video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was very enlightening. It
Yes,
sparked my interest.
Yeah, us preppers need to stick together.
Well, I was okay. I want to go watch the video from Huga Homestead before I start giving out spoilers on it. She's probably like, CR, don't spoil the video. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I'm bad for doing that. I'm like, oh yeah, I better not
Right.
spoil the video. But yes, it's really cool. Some of that stuff. Useful too, right?
Yep.
It's just like the fire making stuff is useful to know, just in case. I mean, I don't want to go friction fire and make a bow drill.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
hand
it's good.
drill.
I've done that long time ago, the hand drill.
Yeah.
When I was a kid and was at camp, and I did a pretty good job.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, I've tried bow drill before with a skateboard wheel. Like I
Oh,
could get
boy.
the tip hot. I could get the tip hot. Just never transferred the amber into a bird's nest yet. But
Right.
I'm getting the technique right. It's just like, yeah, it's hard work.
Yeah, it's very hard.
You got to put a lot of energy into it, right?
Yep.
And stuff like that. And of course, the wood's got to be dry and stuff like that. Something on the top for your bearing block, so to reduce the friction at the top helps, right? So,
Yep. That's how you separate the boys from the men.
yeah. I don't want to heavily rely on that, but I do try to learn. I'm trying to learn it as a skill, right? Be like, at least do it once, right? Be like, know
Yeah.
how it works and stuff like that. So if I had to, I could put one together if I really, really had to, right? Hopefully, it would never come to that.
Yeah, I want to.
Right.
I want to make me a bow drill, have it
Yeah.
ready, and I just got so much stuff. I mean, yeah, have all that on hand when you need it. In
Mhm,
case
mhm.
something else fails, you got something to lean on.
Yeah, well, basically, like I always say, you have more options. When you have more options,
Right.
hopefully one of them works, or you have one of them, right?
You get a
Well, it's just
broken
like
light, you get a
I was
broken
gonna,
lighter, but the flint still works. That's another way. And
yeah, you have a spark. I
yeah,
mean, I don't know if anyone's seen my video. Well, I actually technically did it as a live stream initially, but I reposted it, the section of it where basically an empty dead lighter to light a candle with no char cloth, no char cloth.
huh?
Like if you, yeah, because I know some people do it with char cloth, yes, but it's possible to do it without char cloth. It's more
Spark cloth
difficult,
is
but
cheating.
well, I wouldn't say cheating, but it's just it makes it faster.
It makes it easier.
Yeah, because it catches the spark easier. Because basically, what you want to do is catch the spark on the candle on the wick, and as
Yeah.
soon as you see a spark land in, you're gonna strike your wheel, your flint wheel faster. That way, because you already got a little spark, right? There's a little bit of heat. You're just adding to it, and hopefully, it would be like poof, right?
Oh wow,
So,
that's different.
yeah, I tried that as a challenge. Well, because it was going around on the YouTube side, people trying it out. I'm like, okay, I'll try this out. But they
Right?
were all
I'll
using
try it.
fair. No, because they were all using fair rods, fair seam rods. I'm like, I'm gonna challenge
That's
myself more and
cheating.
do it. No. Well, I wouldn't say cheating, but I want to challenge myself a little bit more, right? In
Right.
terms
So when you're
of
taking the char cloth and lighting the wick on the candle,
yeah, basically you're using the charcoal to transfer the
okay,
spark,
yeah, just transfer that
hold the
light to
spark.
the light.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then you still got a piece of char cloth left. You can
Yeah,
put
I
it up.
mean, you probably
So
don't
you
need that
use.
much. It's just a way to catch the spark easier.
Wow,
Yeah, because
that'd be awesome.
because I was looking at it, I'm just like, come on, I gotta be able to do this. See,
So what?
see,
So you
see
just call
it.
that trying to light a candle with a piece of char cloth?
Well, I didn't even use the charcoal.
Would you use ferro rod?
I just used an empty dead lighter, just sparks, one with dead lighter and a candle. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more challenging than it seems, but I think it helps you remember certain little things like surface area, right?
Right.
Surface area is usually a common thing that people that make campfires and stuff like that. That's the secret. Surface area,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, it's just like a bird's nest. You shred it apart and stuff like that. You increase the surface area so air can get into it.
Wow.
So I find, when I'm like struggling with fire or something like that. Oh yeah, like my wise teacher said, the secret to fire is surface area. So because sometimes that's just the easiest thing to, well, not the easiest thing to do, but it's just one of the things you always forget, right? Sometimes you're rushing and stuff like that. It does
Yeah.
help sometimes to take that extra minute to process the material. It's just like those wax covered con balls or pads or whatever. Sometimes
Yeah.
teasing the con or something like that helps. It's like fat wood, for example, or sticks. Feather sticks increase the surface area, so it's easier to light. It goes up faster and stuff like that. So yeah, sorry, I got someone's rolling. You don't hear a truck in the background. Sorry.
He's going meow.
Yeah. So I always find survivability when I consider it like that. I'm like, oh yeah. I gotta increase the surface area. This is why it's not taking, and stuff like that. So, because I've actually seen people trying to start a campfire, while I go camping with a lighter in their hands, and they're trying to light like such a big stick. I'm like, no.
No.
That doesn't. You'll run out of lighter fluid by the time you get that going. All right, a lighter doesn't always mean that you're not get that fire started. All right.
Right.
Sometimes you got to put a little effort into it, right?
Yep.
You know, even if you got to use, pencil sharpener or whatever, right? I've used pencil
Yep.
sharpener before and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Just take the shreds off the pencil. That's fire tinder.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's dry.
Yeah, pretty much, right? As long as the stick's relatively dry. And one of the things about doing something like that, it doesn't have that. You don't need the skill level like to make feather sticks, right? So
No.
a pencil sharpener is more of a, I don't know, pretty much anyone can do it, right? Even someone younger, inexperienced can use a pencil sharpener. Well, pretty much anyone can use a pencil sharpener.
A 6-year-old could do it.
Yeah, right. Because if you think about it, right, let's just say you were with like, let's say a dad and a daughter or whatever, right? Or a son or whatever, right? They could be using that pencil sharpener while you actually physically, gather wood,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yep.
Right. Maybe because maybe they're not at that age to, or they don't have the dexterity or the skill to make feather sticks yet, but they could be using a pencil sharpener.
Yep. Yep.
On me, of course.
Wow.
Of course, now I got a voicemail.
Yeah.
I anyway, so yeah, hopefully everyone can hear me. But yeah, I was just these things. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I mean, and like I said about the pencil sharpener, right? Pretty much anyone can do it, all right.
Yep.
You don't need skill for that. All you have to do is push it in and turn it. Most people are able to do it. As long as you have two hands, you can do that for the most part. And you have something to gather it, for example, right? And sticks that fit in it and stuff like that. I know some of my fire kits do have like pencil sharpeners. Like it's just so, let's say, I don't have the dexterity, let's say I'm injured or whatever, maybe I could still use the pencil sharpener. Let's just say, I can't, maybe my palm's injured that I can't grab a knife, right? Or use it to
Right.
make ferro sticks, then I still have the pencil sharpener and hopefully get something out of it. So I thought, just simple things like that, really make fire making in terms of doing it or getting it established a little bit easier, and stuff like that. Because sometimes you're camping or whatever, and it's like, oh, it's getting dark, it's getting cold, right? People want
Yeah.
the campfire now, right, and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? Because like around at times when I go camping, everyone's always thinking cardboard or something like
Yeah.
that, and stuff like that. I always remember, rip the cardboard, right? Ripping it into strips, right? It'll go a lot faster because you're increasing the surface area. It's just like making a bird's nest, right? You shred it apart.
Yeah.
Well, you could do it with cardboard too, and make a bird's nest from cardboard though, right? Because everyone's always like, "Why are you taking the time to do that?" Because we're getting a campfire started, so I'm just kind of getting it ready, all right? So pretty much, and hopefully most of the time, just light it once, right? Couple sparks in, it's good, right? One match, I'm good, kind of deal, right? Because in certain times, you may have limited amount of fuel in your lighter or just a handful of matches, for
Right.
example. So you gotta make sure, try to do it on the first try as best as you can, right?
Yep.
Right. So those are things I find help.
Get it up there, make your fire, build it up, be done with it.
Oh, you mean the back? Oh yeah, the back spline of a knife. Yeah, a 9-degree spline on a knife, or a cutting tool, or well, pretty much a piece of metal, right? That could be a file too, actually, technically, right? Because I know some people have actually used that on their flint and steel, for example, right? Because it's pretty much an edge, right? Now it's not like a sharp edge like a knife, but it's 9-degree edge, so you can scrape, let's say, fat wood, for example, off, right? Make little what's that called, Maya dust or something like that, right? And hopefully gain some get something out of it. Brian, Sierra, do you need some charcoal? No, I might actually. I'm planning the next campfire to make some more. Definitely. Last campfire I did, which I have a video on the channel. I was trying. I was experimenting with some other stuff aside from punkwood or piece of cotton. You know, because I was trying it out with like paper towel and stuff like that, just randomly.
Right.
Like this paper towel was used. It was wet, but it doesn't really matter if it was wet because I'm charring it anyways, right? I'm cooking it anyways, right? So I was just trying that out just to see. I was like, because everyone is always, cloth, char punk wood, stuff like that. But I'm like, would other things work, right? A cardboard, piece of paper, something like that. Stuff I've been trying, So, because like I said earlier in the video and the stream, like if it takes a spark and it holds it as an ember, right? Then you're pretty
Yeah.
much good to go. Right? Because you'll be able to blow that into flame with the bird's nest. So, but if the sparks lands on it and it goes out, it's probably not gonna be good enough. Because it won't be able to hold that spark from like a ferro rod or detonator, for example. I find, stuff I just learned just by doing it, right? I was just like, well, let's try this out. Let's try this out. I want to know for sure, right? People say this and that, but I want to know, okay, let's try it myself, right? Does it work for me, or could it work for me? Or is it as easy as people make it seem, right? Sometimes, like bow drill, it's like, yeah, I tried it out just for the sake of trying it out. I'm like, yeah, now I know what they say about, oh yeah, put your knee down, put your weight on, right? Slowly go, for example, warm it up. As soon as it starts smoking, you pile the energy in, right? And you go a little faster, right? And hopefully, you get some something on the bottom of your hearthboard, right? So, just stuff that I've been trying out. Yeah. So survivability. Besides these fire or fishing type of videos, anything else planned for you? I mean, are you gonna try some cooking videos? I don't know, or something along the lines of that. I'm assuming everyone can still hear me. Yeah, my my icon's still going. I guess. Sorry, I'm using Bluetooth, so sometimes I can't see I might not looking at display. I'm assuming everyone can still hear me. I'm sure what happened to. Oh, I think it's gonna step away from the screen.
Right.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Anyways, yeah. So, I mean, nothing. I should say, there's nothing wrong with using a lighter, right? But I think, it makes people when you have an open flame source like a lighter or let's say a torch or a match. Sometimes you kind of get complacent or lazy. You don't increase the surface area. You don't make feather sticks. You don't, what I mean? You kind of be like, oh, I got an open flame source right here. I should be able to do this, right? Sometimes it's not always as easy as it seems. For example, like I've seen that a handful of times with people where it's just like they're like my one friend was asking me and my other friend to make a campfire, right? Yeah, get that
Right.
campfire started, right? My friend's like using a lighter with one stick. I'm like, and he's looking at me. He's like, well, I'm not trying that hard. I'm like, yeah, well, you're also wasting your lighter fluid for the last 30 seconds here.
Yeah.
While I'm like looking around, it's like, oh, here's a piece of tissue. I'll start with that, right? Right. Here's some leftover lunch that they had in a paper bag. I used the paper bag, right? I'm just like,
Yep.
all right. I'm just like, next thing I know, I just struck my lighter once. For not trying to hold a stick underneath for like 30 seconds. All right. So, all right.
I'm in here.
So, sometimes, that extra 5, 10 seconds, 15 seconds of working the material helps. Stuff like that.
Tell Keith's gonna be right back.
All right. I guess I'll entertain everyone here. I'm not sure how many are in the chat. I don't have the YouTube side open right now. Yeah, okay, I got you there. I guess I'll keep the chat going. I'll just keep the chat going a little bit more. At least my battery's going. It's at 70% now, so I'll be able to do something for a little bit. Of course, now I gotta answer my voicemail after this. I always say all the time in my streams on other streams, someone always calls when I'm on stream or on panel, and it's so true. Because I get it all the time. So yeah. See, now I got this stuff out here. I'm just like, I don't have any char cloth out here though. I can see the sparks coming off that piece of steel. Even if I didn't know if that was high carbon steel, I'd be like, well, I could get sparks off of it. It must have a high enough degree of carbon in it, and generate the spark.
Right.
And sparks like that, like what you saw. I mean, I know as long as I can get them to land on a piece of char cloth or char punkwood, yeah, I can get something. Especially let's just say everything else is dry, or I got a dry bird's nest and stuff like that, right? And obviously the fuel that you need, right? So
Yeah, that's all matters.
yeah, exactly. So it's a first step. Because I remember showing people this, just like, and I'm not using a lighter just to show, because some people actually haven't seen it before, right? Everyone's so used to seeing like campfires or whatever, a lighter, right?
Yeah.
But I show these other things, it's just like, and they're like, oh, I've never seen that before, CR. I was like, yeah, I want you guys to know that lighters are modern day tools. Nothing wrong with using modern day tools, but understand that there's things that we used in the past, like magnifying glasses, flint and steel, among things like that, right? Those things are a lot older than lighters and matches. Like I have lighters in my bags too, right? If I gotta use them, I'll use them. Like, I also have a ferrocerium rod, like a lot of people have too. If the lighter's damaged, broken, or whatever, well, I got a backup source to make sparks now. For example. Now that I think about it, next time I make more char cloth, I might add some more char cloth into my kits, my fire kits. Well, char cloth doesn't weigh that much. Even char punkwood takes a little bit more room than char cloth, but pretty much char cloth is pretty light. It's just a piece of carbon, pretty much, right? So it's pretty
Yep.
lightweight.
Oh wow.
Cause you notice it when you're making it. When you start off with a piece of like denim or a pair of jeans or whatever or a cloth,
No.
it shrinks when you make charcoal. It actually shrinks,
You want don't?
and it gets a lot lighter too. I didn't think it was so warm outside. I almost thought it was spitting outside. It's that warm out here. Well, like I said, survival. It got up to like 40 today. That's pretty warm for me here in Canada right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty warm. It's above freezing. Like usually, if I was out here, I'd be like having to wear gloves and stuff like that. I mean, like I'm not even. It's nice out here. I could go for a walk.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, like my battery doesn't die out here as fast. So yeah, survivability. I would like to see some more fire making stuff or examples of it at least. That'd be nice.
Right.
That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
I got an idea or two how to make more fires.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'll do the whole video going through it, charcoal to the bird's nest, whatever I'm using in make the
Mhm.
fire.
Mm-hmm. You know, one of the things I keep in mind too, survivability, because I tried this with Sword Ignition before once. Like I had like this stuff on the side that I was using to make the bird's nest. I realized because I did this one morning when I was out at my friend's place, right? I just came outside and just making this little really small campfire, right? It was more for practice. I wasn't trying to do anything.
Right.
But I realized sometimes friction rubbing it or like body warming up your Tinder bundle helps. Because I tried it twice with Solar Ignition. The first time, I rubbed the material, like rubbing your hands or whatever, right? And rubbed it, warm it up, right? Tried to dry it with my body heat.
Yeah, dry it out.
The next turn I didn't do it. I couldn't get it to go. So it made a difference when I actually rubbed the material, right? Rubbing it together, kind of squeezing it, and with dry hands, right? And then just trying
Yeah.
to warm it up, because I think there was still some moisture in it from the night before. So I was just like, oh yeah, see, then couple minutes to rubbing it definitely helped, because it made or break it. It would make or break it. So something I keep in mind. Stuff like that, So, like even in my last campfire last few campfires, I'll take the time to set it up and stuff like that, as much as I can. Some sort of log cabin or A-frame type of setup.
Right.
In terms of not a shelter, but in terms of a fireway. Those tend to be. Well, usually it's log cabin, teepee, or A-frame, or lean-to type of firelight. I usually do. It just depends if I have access to the ground or not. Because sometimes when I go camping, there's like those metal drums or whatever, right, that people use and stuff like that. So you don't have access to the ground. So I don't use a lean-to so much, but I'll be making a log cabin, and maybe inside the log cabin make a little teepee, right? But no matter what I do, I always remember, increase the surface area as much as I can. If you have tools like a cutting tool, like a knife, hatchet, machete, along the lines of that, right? Yeah. Take the time to do that, right? It could actually make the difference. And especially it's important, especially when you have, let's say, limited fuel on your later, one match, couple matches, right? Or let's just say, it gets dark, cold at night or cold by nighttime, right? So, if everyone's waiting for it, right, I want to be able to start it on the first try. For all the ladies out there, right? They're sitting around. Come on, Sierra, we're getting cold. Can you start the fire, okay? Right.
Right.
So I can charm them and kind of make it look like I know what I'm doing. But as much as I say that I succeed in fire, at times I do fail too, right? I'm just
Yeah, I failed a couple times. I mean,
I have too, where I try to push the limit on it. I just like, this did not work as well as I thought.
I tried to make fire with bottled water. Yeah, I just couldn't get the angle on it right. Yeah,
That's
so
hard. That's hard. I tried that before, but the bottle that I used was shaped better, right? It was more round, so it was a little bit easier. But I mean, like, because sometimes it's just it's more difficult than it looks,
right.
or you need ideal conditions and stuff like that.
I mean, I used a small fire might from glass too, and it wasn't very strong. Tried to make fire with it. Yeah, that was.
Well, one thing I always keep in mind when you do anything with solar is trying to make your what you're aiming into, like the bird's nest, or to because obviously you're trying to create an ember to blow into
Right.
flame. I always try to remember trying to make that spot that you're aiming on as dark as possible. Like even if I gotta use dirt, because the darker the surface is, the sunlight will warm it up or heat it up faster.
Right.
So
I
if you were
on camera. I mean, they're there. You know what I mean?
yeah, like it just
It is what it is. I mean, it don't happen all the time. That look, I can make fire with this. You might do it one day, the next day, it don't work.
yes, because even those survival shows that you see from the past, right? Some people have failed too. They have failed too, right? And they're pretty good at it too, right? So it happens to the best of us, right? Right. Or friction fire or whatever. Well, sometimes people, sometimes they can't get it to go weird, right? It's just like they gave it their best shot, right? Kind of deal. And you can see examples of that. It's just like, right. Now, hopefully, in terms of preparedness, you're prepared so you don't have to dip into like bow drill, right, or hand drill, right. So hopefully you would have options like a later matches, ferrocene rod, and so forth, right, and options, right. Hopefully one of them works, or hopefully one of them's dry, or hopefully one of them you can use, right. Let's just say something's wrong with your arm or whatever, you sprained it, like your shoulder. Okay, I can't really use that ferrocene rod that well. I still have a lighter.
I can't use that. I can't use that bow drill.
Yeah, trying to use a bow drill with like an injury on your arm.
Yeah.
One arm. Oh, that might be difficult, or something like that. So I always try to remember stuff like that. And learn from what I've seen out there and from what I've tried myself. I'm like, oh yeah, right. So stuff like that. I mean, there's a time and place to use like a road flare or something like that. Yeah, I get that, but I mean, I'm not always gonna be using a road flare to start my campfire, right? Or your battery from your vehicle. Yeah, hopefully it wouldn't come down to that. All right.
Yep.
Right. Stuff like that. So I try to be like, remember, it's like if I fail, it's like hopefully I mean, I've only failed at it when I'm trying to like up my game on it, right? And make it more difficult, right? I got wet hands even though it's not raining, right, and stuff like that.
Right.
Cold, wet tinder and stuff like that, just to be like, because if you can, I mean, if it's wet out and soggy everywhere, and you can manage to get a bow drill to go, I give you all the props in the world. It's like it's been raining for 3 days straight, and you managed to get a bow drill fire going. I'd be like, What?
Here, that fire tinder, your whatever you're making, your fire bundle in your pocket.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
bring
yeah,
it
yeah.
back.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And one thing I always keep in mind when I go camping is, let's just say, you come into a campsite or whatever, right? And it's dry and sunny out, and you're planning to have a campfire eventually, right? Because, you brought a stove or whatever, right? Or a fire pit or whatever. Gather up some dry material while it's still sunny and dry out. Especially if you're expecting like rain or whatever later in the day or whatever, right? Because it's easier to gather up like now while it's still dry than trying to dry out stuff that's wet later,
Yeah.
right? So that's something I always keep in mind. If you're walking and you see some birch bark or whatever, right? Some dry birch bark, right? For example. Maybe you put it in your pocket or in your little Tinder bag or pouch or something like that. I remember this one time I was coming into this campsite, like literally they just like kind of cut the grass, supposedly cut this grass in this front area. I just, my friend's like, "What are you doing, Sierra?" It's like, "Hold on," and I just grabbed this like grocery bag and just fill up with these grass. What do we need this for? Because it's good tinder. It'll dry. It'll be nice and dry for us. It's already shredded. Right? I don't even have to do anything. I just have to get outside the vehicle, pick it up from the ditch, kind of deal. And just like, all right. And
Just
it
find
did
the
it
stuff
did
that,
help. It did, yeah.
just find stuff that nature gives you.
I remember this one time that it just rained. Everything was wet, right? And the one thing I was thinking of, like, wait a second, right? I looked at the stuff underneath the vehicles. I'm like, it's dry. People are like, why are you underneath the vehicle, CR? I'm like, I'm trying to get dry contender here for a
Yeah.
campfire, right? Because I knew the vehicles were protecting it from the rain, right? The ground wasn't soaking wet yet, so, right? So I just used that and added that as a tinder bundle. My tinder bundle, just kept going with it, and stuff like that. It's usually the hardest part of a campfire is usually the beginning, right initial part, right? Because sometimes you can get an open flame or whatever, maybe you got a couple sticks of fat wood or whatever, right? But you gotta just have to overcome that. How do I say? Where you can leave it for 5, 10 minutes. It can go on its own, right? You just have to add more fuel. You just have to get to that state or that, you know what I mean? Survival thing where you just gotta get to that one spot. Once you come to
Right.
that one spot, you're generally pretty good. All right. You can get a coal base going and stuff like that. Because if you don't start getting like, ashes and coals getting, well, it's probably not gonna keep going. It'll be more difficult. So yeah, I find those things, I keep those things in mind. Stuff like that. So hey, survivability, I was just thinking, have you ever played around with those what's it called? Those plasma or arc lighters?
What is it?
Those arc lighters that have this that or a plasma lighter or something like that. Where you see the
Yeah.
little X or I don't know if you ever played around with some of those. I've seen one before. My buddy had one, but I don't have one personally. I've seen stuff like that.
Cool.
So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. So, yeah, don't touch it, by the way.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it won't hurt, but it'll feel like a sting. That's for sure. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. Right. I'm like, oh, let's see. Oh, okay, all right. I mean, I've been shocked by an outlet before. So I know how strong that is. It's not quite as strong as that, but yeah, you'll feel it. So, stuff like that. So I've messed around with stuff like that before. I tried most of this fire making type of stuff already. It's kind of interesting and always reminds me is it's like the fundamentals, like surface area, right? You know,
Right.
that's why tinder bundles are usually fluffy. Birds' nests are usually fluffy and stuff like that. So, you know, and blocking the wind and stuff like that. Well, sometimes you gotta block the wind. See, the wind's picking up outside for me right now. So if I was starting one, I'd be like, oh, I gotta cover the wind, block the wind, and all that stuff, and probably make the bird's nest even bigger. So when I start it, that way I got these flames that wouldn't go out in the wind, for example, right? Because sometimes when you increase the surface area, you get more flame action going, which means that it may be a little bit more resistant to the wind initially, versus a smaller tinder bundle that may blow itself out. You know, where the flames just go out, right? So
Yep.
you actually have to restoke it again.
Wow.
So yeah. There's a name for that. Well, of course, I know what you mean, Huga. Come on. I mean, I know what that means. No, I just enjoy how it all works together, right? And stuff like that. You know, because it's probably one of the oldest type of tools that we have is fire. Aside from like the tools from the past, right? You know, with rocks and sticks and stuff like that, right? Because fire can be used as a tool too. Not just for keeping warm and stuff like that, or boiled water or whatever, right? People have used it as tools before. So, I mean, I think I've seen those videos out there where they're trying to make a boat. I mean, a little canoe by burning
Yeah.
out the inside of it, right?
Yeah.
Because it saves time, right? It saves you time and effort. Because the
That's
fire
not
is
a-
doing the burning it out, right? And you just kind of, you know, coast it along. You know, encourage it to do certain things, all right?
Yep. That's too much work.
Yeah, that would be a lot of work trying to do that with just like hand tools, right?
Yeah.
Or let alone just like a pocket knife, right? I mean, all right, you would need something like fire to help you hopefully gain somewhere, hopefully, right?
You got to shave the bark off the log and everything else.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've learned how to use charcoal in different ways now. Like I know I'm talking about the fire making part of it right now, but there's a few little things that charcoal and charpunk we can do besides start your campfire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've been trying to experiment with that kind of material. And like, oh, I can do this with it, right? It just kind of reinforces my that a lot of things out there can be more multifunctional, more than one use. I mean, honestly, I think charcoal perceive uses, like starting your campfire, blowing it into flame, right? But there is a few other things you could do with it. I'm starting to find out. So I find, you know, I just try it out. I'm like, well, let's see. All right.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, because sometimes that's how you learn is by trying stuff out and seeing it with your own eyes. This is like, oh, okay, this could work. Or, okay, I guess this doesn't work. But at least then you know. Right? There's
Yeah.
no, right? You can be like, you know, if ever it came back up or whatever, be like, no, I don't think this will work. I tried this at least twice. It didn't work. Or, I tried this before. It couldn't work. So we have a chance here, right? Kind of deal, right? For example. I just like the candle and the dead layer. I never tried that before, right? But I'm like, oh, come on. I know I can do this, right? Then I did it on the first couple of off video before the live stream I did it on, right? During the live stream, I'm like, it took me 20 minutes to do it.
Dang.
I put out like a 1 minute clip of it when I got it at the end, right? But it reinforces it's much more difficult at times than it seems, right? You know, in the video I make it look fast, but in the live stream that I did it in, I'm just like people are like, "See, you're still trying it." It's like, come on, right? I don't. Right? I'm trying to do this without charcoal, you know, no accelerant, no nothing, just the lighter and the candle. That's it. You know, like a birthday candle, for example. So, you know, in different situations or whatever, yeah, I'd probably use charcoal for something to catch the spark, right? But I just wanted to see, can I do this without it too, if I had to. So, and now I know some other little things to keep in mind. You know, some things that if you did see other videos doing it, you know, they don't explain it as much, right? But I wanted to explain it a little bit more, right? Because I think you know the skill, the knowledge of it is important, right? You know, being able to do it is one thing, but I mean, like knowing how it works and the knowledge behind it and understanding, like to troubleshoot, for example, right? Oh, if it's not going right away, what can you do to improve your odds, right? Like I said, oh, well, I don't. Well, actually, I think I did say it in that stream. In terms of the candle, you gotta increase the surface area of the wick as much as possible with a tool or something that you might have with you. And it works better if the wick's been burnt before. It's a little bit easier. A little bit easier. But basically,
When I make my fire videos, I'll explain a little bit better. And
yeah, because I think people are really, you know, they see it all the time or whatever, but you know, sometimes they're like, oh, but explaining it in terms of this is
how it works.
yeah, but how this all comes together so you can get a flame or whatever going, right? Because sometimes people are just like, oh, right? Because so it's like a light bulb moment where it's just, oh, that makes sense, you know, and it's relatable to a certain degree for them. So you're just really, Uga? You wrote that down. I can't believe you wrote that in the chat. Did you see that, Survivalty? I'm just checking to see who's looking at the chat.
Yep, still here.
Yeah, we're still here, Huga. Still here, still here. And my battery on my phone's actually going up. It's actually at 80% now, so that's good. Using one of my battery banks. So stuff like that. Oh yeah. So Survivalty, how's the weather down there for you?
It's about 30.
Has it been nice? Ish?
Yeah, it ain't been too bad.
Because I know there was cold out east earlier in the month, right? Like
It's
you know,
about
a couple days.
40 degrees.
Yeah, I heard there was colder out east, like within like let's say the last week or something like that. Well, I knew it was like minus 20 Fahrenheit out east. Was.
Right.
So, well, I don't know if you heard about what happened in Texas again, right? You
Yeah,
know,
they had the
places,
ice.
yeah. Well, places like Dallas, right? Dallas, Texas, it was below freezing. There were some places here in Canada that were warmer than in Texas.
Wow.
At the same time, not at night because the night temperature falls much lower, but during the daytime, at the same time, I checked. I'm like, it's 1 degree warmer in certain parts of here in Canada than in Dallas. So, just perspective, right? It's just like wow, right? Because everyone always assumes you go down south more, it's generally warmer, and generally it is warmer, right? But then there's certain times where there's that cold front that comes in and it's just like, oh, this one area is colder than up north or whatever, right? So it is possible. Yeah, I think I heard something about freezing rain and stuff like that. I know, let's see, today's Sunday. That was on Wednesday, yeah. Because I think it only lingered for like 24 or 48 hours. I think they got back up to the 50s and 60s like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or yesterday. But still, if the power's out, the power's out still, right?
Yep.
I mean, so it's tough like this.
Ain't much you can do.
Yeah. I think they're probably luckier this time around. Because I think last time, that last ice storm that came through in Texas, that lingered a lot longer. A couple days at least, right? It wasn't just like 1 or 2 days like it was this time. It was more, last time was like 3 or 4 days, right? And you start to see the videos out there, right?
Yep.
Like I was seeing videos on people talking about it. They don't even talk about like preparedness or survival or anything like that. They talk about like video games or whatever, right?
Nobody's
It's just
talking
like even they're posting it. Even these people are posting it, and so it's gonna be a big deal, right? But this time around, it's just like but luckily it wasn't as long, and hopefully people remember from the last time, know where your water shut off is, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that's important, right? Because I know one of the big things about that were, broken pipes and stuff like that. Because people forgot when they, per se, quote unquote, left or evacuated or bugged out, they forgot to turn off the main water on from the street or whatever, right? And empty their pipes of water. And, and they come back to water damage, right? Because all the pipes burst in their place. Right? So sometimes a little bit of like taking that extra 5-10 minutes can help. Right? It's just like in fire making, right? Sometimes that little bit of knowledge can go a long way, right?
Oh yeah.
Save you lots of time or hassle or money later, right?
Or unless other people just like, well, we ain't got no power, everything froze up. Instead of still doing something about it, they rather complain about it.
Yeah. All right. And and so it is unfortunate at times that some people do pass away from stuff like that, and you do like even was it last month, right? I mean, like that snowstorm out and like what was it Buffalo or something like that? I know it was on the for you guys in the U.S. Yeah. I think I heard stories like that too, right? Or I forgot who said it now. I'm trying to refer who said it, but anyways, I think I heard stories like they were like only a couple miles from home. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. If I was just that far from home, I would just be like, I might as well just try to run it back home. I think because they were in their vehicle or something like that. I don't know exactly the details, right? But I'm just like, it might be cold outside, but if you're still moving, you're still generating body heat.
Yep.
It might be uncomfortable, right? But and stuff like that. But I mean, that's one of those choices a judgment call you would have to make on it, right? It's like, do I stay or should I go? Should I stay with the people? All right, you got to make that judgment call.
Yep.
Right? No one else can make it but yourself.
Well, but I'm gonna shut this down.
Survival 2, I would like to talk to you after in the backstage for a little bit, if you don't mind.
All righty.
Well, thanks for having me on Survival 2. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for jumping up here.
Yeah, it's keeping you company, and hopefully everyone considers what I said, all right?
Right.
I'm just here I'm just learning like everyone else out there, right? I'm just learning it by doing it and trying it out myself. So, go try stuff out. All right. Learn for yourself, right? Learn for yourself. It works. It works. Anyways, I'll let you do your kind of outro or whatever.
Very true. Very true. All right. I want you to go ahead and shut this down. There's only one person in here, so.
Take care, everyone.